Hey everybody, so I'm going to demonstrate the making of our marker mandala. Mandala meaning that it's a set of geometric patterns that sort of radiate out from the center. Very similar to when we were making our optical illusion, except we're not repeating the same thing throughout the whole section. Here we're going to change it as we move out, as we generate outwards, okay? So you can see I'm on my way here to getting started, but nowhere near finished. Definitely a great meditative experience. I've already cut my paper. You know, when we want to cut it from a rectangular piece, what we do is we fold our paper and then we cut it off. So I'm not going to repeat that part. And I made a mistake here, so we're going to ignore that because I'm going to recycle the back of my paper. What I like to do is basically section, and I did that with folding. Be a little more careful than me. We're going to have a vertical, a diagonal, vertical, horizontal, and two diagonals, which take us from corner to corner. And that is going to be the areas that we're going to work in. It's going to give us 8 sections. So we're going to repeat everything we do 8 times. So you could do it one thing at a time. Like let's say I go, okay, I'm going to make a curvy line here, a curvy line here, and I'm going to repeat that all the way around. So you can do it all the way around at first if you prefer, or you could work on a section and do a couple of things at once. So here I worked very similar to here, but now maybe I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to just kind of think about, how do I want my design to look? And I'm going to go all the way up, maybe a little bit more like that, and maybe then I'm going to just draw a line across. So I did a couple at once. So let's see if I can remember what I did. I did up, I did over, and now you see how they're joining up? I did this, and then I did this. So each section is going to get the same treatment. So less talking helps me to remember what I'm doing, because I get very easily distracted when I talk. So I did 4 things, and I'm repeating them, and they're radiating out. And you can start to see the beautiful design that's happening. And all I did was a straight line, an overlapping line, and they met up. Look how nice that looks. I'm going to do this circle here, and then this circle here. I shouldn't call it a circle, I should call it a curvy line. There we go. Whoop, I got a little carried away. Okay, and so, as you see, it's continuing around, repetition. Paying attention so you don't get distracted. I've got 2 more sections to go. You notice it's nothing that I'm drawing is anything you can't do. You know how to draw a line, you know how to draw another line, you know how to draw the letter U upside down, and a bigger one. So this is the start. I could even go, okay, well, I'm going to just divide the middle of the space first, and I'm working around. And that's easy enough because I have those landmarks. Now, if I left it like this, I have a feeling that would look a little unfinished. It should really radiate out to the end, to the borders. So I'm just using it sort of as a launch point for where I want to go next with it. So maybe I like that idea of that line radiating out. Let's test out. Don't get careless. I just did. Super easy to get distracted. Oops. And so you can see where I'm going with this. Now from here, I could do a lot of different things. I could leave it like this. It did go to the end. Or I could start going, you know what, I'm going to now make these loops over here in each section. And oopsie, then move on to color. Or I could get really detailed, very much like the monks who use sand to create their mandalas. I could get really deep into patterning before I move on to color. Can you imagine making it with sand, and as soon as it's finished, whoosh, it blows away after all that work? They're really more into the process than the finished piece. So you can see how I started, how it looks different in each time I do it, just based on the lines I use. But here, the repetition of color as you work your way around is also going to be important. Repeating, even though I'm changing the colors, repeating it in each section helps to draw it around like a mandala. So have fun creating yours. I look forward to seeing your finished piece.